Well, hello, my fellow photographers. This is Bill with Guillory Fine Art. This is the first of hopefully many short videos on my take on On1 Photo Raw. For this first video, I'd like to just do a general overview of the layout of On1, where everything's at, and kind of hopefully show you all of the things that all of its capabilities. I've been using On1 exclusively for the last 6 years plus, and I have not found anything that I have needed to go to Photoshop or Lightroom or Topaz or Visa or other programs for, other than occasionally I'll go to Corel Painter to add a paintery look. So basically, when you start On1, it'll open up the program, and I have it set to default the last place that I shut down, so it automatically opens up in the folder that I've last visited. Now, On1 automatically comes up with a separate tab, a separate screen of, they call it the Learning Hub, and I really like this for inspiration. They have short tutorials on any and everything: how to use brush shapes, how to use sun flares, how to shoot creative extras, replacing skies. It's a really great aspect that I like to visit occasionally. And I keep this clicked, the show at launch. If I did not want it, I would uncheck that. And if for some reason you do uncheck it, no problem. There's always different ways. You can come to the Help menu and click on the Learning Hub, and it'll bring it right back up for you. Now I'm going to close it now. On1 opens up this is the thumbnail view, and I like larger thumbnails, but if you preferred smaller thumbnails to navigate around, that's simply easy to do by just moving the slider over. Now, on the upper left-hand corner, you can visit My Catalogs. This is the Browse section, and here's a Preset sections for all of the different presets that you can get from On1. You can purchase from other sources, or you can create your own presets. I spend most of my time in the Browse. I keep my folders on my drawings in different folders on the hard drive, on external hard drives. If for some reason I wanted to search my catalogs, I can come to the advanced search, and it opens up this little screen that you can choose. I want to filter through ratings, star ratings, 5 stars, like, dislike. I typically keep it on the catalog, and the source is catalogs. Search catalog folders. And you can add a field, and in this field you can type in whatever you want. If I wanted all of my images that are, say, blue, that I have a keyword blue in my catalogs. This, as you can see, it's found 278 images that I have blue in the keyword. If I click on this, you'll see blue dragon, blue type, blue building. So that is one quick and easy way of looking. If I want to see everything in that I've tagged nature, as you can see, there's 1,059 images that I've tagged with nature, as in nature photography. If you X out of that, it will keep you in that folder. So I'm going to navigate back to my class folder. Now, on the right hand, if you select on an image, on the right hand side, you'll see the info, see the ISO, the settings, you'll see the metadata, contact information. Here's all my keywords. Scroll down, and that's, you can see the keyword, you can see the keyword list. If you want to come see a list of all of my keywords from A through Z, that is it. On the upper right hand corner, come down to the edit mode. In the edit mode, you can there's the develop, effects, sky, replacement, portrait, locals, effect. Okay. It is looking and trying to find faces in the portrait session. I'm going to cancel this and come back to the develop. Under the develop, of course, you've got your exposure, compensation, you've got contrasts, highlights, mid-tone, shadows, whites, blacks. And if you hold the J key down, it'll show blue for the black if it's underexposed. The whites will be red. Of course, you can add structure, you can dehaze. Any and everything that you can think of can be done. Here's a no noise for sharpening. Come in, no noise. I find On1 does a superb job with no noise. If let's see, on the upper right hand, I'm going to go to the navigation, and I can scroll around here. So you can see the no noise does it exceptionally well. I'm going to cancel this, say yes. So we're back on here. Quick and easy. If I wanted to convert this one while looking in the browse mode, if I go to my presets and I go to my preset folder, BG, and here's BG Sepia. Boom, it changed it. Didn't like it. If you don't like it, Control Z will undo. In the sessions to come, I hope to show quick and easy ways of taking an image like this, adding a sky to it, masking out the background, and real simple, within minutes you can come up with something as simple as this. Go back to the grid mode. On1's great as far as for the transform tool. You can take an image that was skewed and readjust it and come up with something like that. Now I know that this image is a great image, but the bird is flying out of the scene. It's a real simple and easy way to duplicate. I duplicated the image, I slid the bird back, and on the background I slid it forward, and then I changed the sky. So That took me maybe 10 minutes at the most. On images something like this. This is a completed project of it. And I'll go to edit. They have screenshots, so you can save screenshots of where you are. So if something should change, or something happens that you don't like, you can always come back to the screenshots. I said screenshot, but it's actually called snapshots. So I'm going to create a new snapshot. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to say test. Boom. So On1's created a screenshot at this point of the image. Now if I go into effects, and let's take off the sunshine for effect, and then we take off the color effect, and dynamics. And we come into develop, tone and color, and let's bring the contrast down, let's bring exposure down, and if we mess up and take the whites all the way down, blacks down, structure, let's boom, add a bunch of structure, and then tint, you can change the tint. Oh, you know what, I don't like that, I want to go back. So all you have to do is make sure you're in the screenshots, hit test, and On1 will reload back up to that point. Boom. Now if for some reason you'd want to preview from what you've began with, there's a preview button here that you can click and see, okay, well, that's the original image, and this is the edited image. Okay, I'm hitting the G to go back to my grid view. And in On1, it's real simple, easy to add text. I've taken one of my images, I've added text to it, I've gave it a watercolor look. And here I've had several images that once you select more than one image, on the upper right hand corner you'll have options to go into the layers, pano, HDR, focus stacking, and they've just recently added time-lapse photography. So on this particular image, navigation, on this image I've taken 10 shots, 10 images to come up with this pano. As you can see, it's done a great job. You cannot see any place that it was stitched together. Now all 10 images, this was during a vacation in Grenada, so I did not have my tripod, so all 10 images were handheld. Good. Another thing, the last thing I'd like to show you is watercolor techniques. It's really simple, easy. I've made some presets that with just a couple of clicks I can turn an image like this into nice watercolor effects. Good. In general, that's everything that On1 can do, except for the on the right hand side you can resize, you can print, you can share to Facebook, you can export as JPEG and any size you want. So I hope this was helpful, and I hopefully you look forward for the next video. Thanks.